one movie that's 35 years old this year, and I'm finally gonna do it. The Rocketeer, yeah. I don't own this one, so I'm gonna just stream it. But I'm gonna do this for you guys because it's been a couple of days since I've done a podcast. So let's get this underrated Disney movie started. It's an hour and 48 minutes with the end credits. So let's do this. There's a lot of great people that worked on this movie that are no longer with us, and I missed them a lot, including James Horner, who did the music. Rest in peace, James Horner. I love this movie. This is like an Iron Man in the '90s mixed with like a period piece like Captain America. Joe Johnston, I love that director. He did Jurassic Park 3 and the original Jumanji. The OG, the still the best one. He gets American culture really well, and most of his films I've really enjoyed. Bill Campbell, he's underrated actor. Alan Arkin, rest in peace, man. I miss you. Thank you, man. I love you so much, man. Jennifer Connelly, one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. Paul Bettany, you lucky man. And also Paul Sorvino, thanks, man. I miss him a lot too. Never liked his daughter. I just don't think she's as talented as him. Terry O'Quinn, we still have him. This is the first movie I ever saw with Alan Arkin. Ed Lauder, also rest in peace, sir. And Timothy freaking Dalton. My favorite James Bonds. It's also a little bit of Top Gun, just with a racing plane. Yeah, Bill Campbell should have had a career that Chris Evans got because when he did Captain America, it so it the rest is history. It really helped his career, but Billy Campbell never got that, you know, that that career boost. He still acted after this. He did a TV show that lasted for a while, but I never saw him in a big budget movie again because this movie underperformed. It was based on a comic that was really old, so people were just not into things back then. That's why I say this movie's underrated because it's a good comic book movie from the 1990s. Hello, Savage Cousin Blue. You just subscribed to me. Thanks. I won't block you as long as you're not weird. I miss movies like this. Mid-budget Disney movies that don't cost $200 million that are not 2.5 hours. Thank you very much. I would take this over any Disney remake or their live action movies like Pirates of the Caribbean and Jungle Cruise and all that because they're just too long. Well, it's based on a graphic novel. Yeah. You are one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, Jennifer Connelly. I first saw her in this when I was 6, and I remember seeing her. I'm like, wow. I didn't see Labyrinth yet until last year, but this is when she was a full grown woman, and I'm like, oh my god, she's still beautiful. And even in Top Gun Maverick, I'm like, even though her character I feel is like a substitute for Kelly McGillis, she still did a good job. Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo wrote the film. This music is so uplifting. I really miss James Horner a lot because I just saw Star Trek, First Contact, and he did the music for that, and I really miss him. It's just a feel good movie. It really is. Every time I see it, I have a smile on my face. I was very happy when Alan Arkin won an Oscar because I'm like, that man was so talented, man. Joe Johnston, thanks, man. He's still around, but I really wish he would do another film. This is a period piece. It's from L.A. 1938. That's almost 90 years ago. So you got gangsters and old Hollywood, the Hollywood that didn't suck. And unlike Oppenheimer, this movie's not 3 hours. I love this movie. I don't like it. I love this movie because it's aged really well, considering that it's from 1991, the year before my sister was born. And they shoot his plane, of course, because they have machine Tommy guns. I'm doing okay. I'm recovering from a long winter and a spring that's been up and down. The weather's hot, then it's cold, then it's hot, then it's cool. It's crazy, man. Hello, John. Says this is a Disney movie from the early '90s. So out of some of the films that came out in the past 6 years, yes, even the past 10 years, because it's not long, and it's also not up its own anus like a lot of films today. Uh, excuse me, because movies nowadays they're so far up their own anus they can't see anything. Poor poor Cliff, he almost got killed because of some gangster action. This and Dick, this and Dick Tracy have held up really well for Disney. That was Touchstone Films, but they Disney owned them back in the day, and they still hold up really well, and they're period pieces. They're not boring, guys. They're long, but they're a bit long, but they're not boring. All things considered. Yeah, Lenny. Yeah, Lenny. That's like Lenny Loud. And there's the father from who played Jonathan Kent in Lois and Clark. Yeah, I miss him a lot too. There's a lot of actors I miss so much because they were good actors, really good actors, and I saw them in other things. Ed Lauder was in a underrated Disney Channel movie, Under Wraps, the original, not the remake. And Paul Sorvino did a lot of stuff. He was in the Hey Arnold movie and C Spot Run and a bunch of other stuff. Also, you had what's his face? Alan Arkin won an Oscar, and his last movie was the Minion sequel, and I miss him so much. And then James Horner did a bunch of music before he died. Man, poor Cliff. He could have gotten killed. Poor man. He did nothing but his fly a plane, and they almost killed him. Yeah, takes a picture. Remember Sarah Connor? She had a picture. And I saw somebody dress up as the Rocketeer at Comic Con. It is a graphic novel. I know I said that about my laptop last year. This one is working. It's funny because these are not LA accents. They sound like they're from New York or Jersey. Yeah, they sound from New York. Yep, he punches the guy. Also, this reminded me of Indiana Jones, except without the adventure. I love the dialogue in this movie. Flatboy hits me the kisser. Oh man, the '30s had great movies, man. You have King Kong, Wizard of Oz. What else? Those are two of the greatest movies of all time, guys. Wilma. It's a good movie. If you've never seen it, it's on Disney Plus, so you can watch it there for free. Yeah, it's a rocket pack, something that Mando would have. Yeah, so it's a mix of Iron Man and like the Mandalorian. This movie really needs a reboot. I would love to see a reboot with it. With, even though it won't be the same without Alan Arkin. I don't want a sequel though, because again, without Alan Arkin and Paul Sorvino, it just won't be the same. There's Terry O'Quinn. Surprisingly, he's not the villain in the movie. Timothy Dalton is. He's more like Walt Disney here. Walt Disney was the big creator with a mustache in the 1930s. Yeah, he was the good. He was in the Stepfather, the original, not the remake. Exactly. If you've seen Oppenheimer, look what happened in that. Me neither. Yep. See, this is very similar to Captain America: The First Avenger. Tell them that the dream is over. New York's World's Fair, rocketing to the future. I would love to see. I would love to get a rocket back and just fly to another state. Oh, he also passed away. Yeah, Joe Polito. Yeah, he also passed away. That was a lot of money back then. Yeah. This was when $10 you could get a lot of stuff with $10 in 1938. Now you could barely get a meal at McDonald's with $10 unless you have a coupon. I love this movie so much, man. It's very American. I had to do this now because I can't do this in June because there's one openly gay actor in this movie. Yep, here comes the MacGuffin that everybody wants, and they introduced the pack early in the movie. We don't have to wait an hour and a half to get this, guys. Movies are just badly paced now. They have to take forever. I mean, why is Lee Cronin's The Mummy longer than this movie? Tell me that, chat. Why is that movie longer? It's bombing. It's only made like 3 million, and the budget's 22, and Mario's still cleaning house. I'm so happy. I'm very happy Mario's killing the competition because it deserves it after waiting 3 years. Because Mando has a jetpack, and Boba Fett and Jango Fett. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that if I were you. Also, these effects still hold up really well. The flying scenes reminded me of Back to the Future when they did the car, when they flies and Back to the Future 1 and 2. They still hold up. I'd take this over bad CGI any day. There's just too many movies now that they just depend on too much digital effects. Too much. Like, this has some CG, but not a lot of it. Alcohol. Yeah, alcohol because they didn't have solar powered things back in 1930. Nice. Like Annika. Oh, Annika. They did a Rocketeer cartoon a few years ago on Disney Plus, but it just wasn't the same. Yep. girl because again, Disney has to feminize everything. I'm like, yeah, you don't. Rockettes, it's the Rocketeer. The man. Dalton, man. But man, he was a great Bond. He should have gotten more than two films. Yeah, there's a lot of New York actors in this movie. Because Alan Arkin is one, Servino was one, and Ed Lauder I think was too. It's a Rocket. Yeah, and he says comic books. Wink, wink. That's meta. Look at that smile. Yes, sir. That's all we had back in the 1930s. There were comics, and they were cheap. You get a comic from 1938, it's going to be worth a fortune. And Dalton was in Toy Story 3, so he wasn't a successful Disney movie decades after this. He was also in Flash Gordon, I think. Yeah, yeah. Again, see, he's intimidating as a sword because Disney did give him a good paycheck for Toy Story 3. He was the porcupine, the one that spoke like Shakespearean. Did a good job. He didn't make the movie too long. I liked him a lot better than Lotso. I didn't like Lotso. He wasn't cute or anything. I was like, the teddy bear is the villain. This Southern fried version. It sounds like John Goodman. It wasn't him. It was uh, Ned Beatty from the Superman movies. Such a classic movie, man. I wish I owned the movie. It's impossible to find on DVD or Blu-ray unless you get it on Amazon. Because I have Dick Tracy still. I still got that in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There's a Lothar, I think. Yeah, this guy's intimidating too. They call him Frankenstein. He looks way scarier than Jacob Elordi. Yeah, I said it, guys. That guy doesn't scare me. He's acting crazy in movies because he thinks he's Jim Carrey or something. I'm like, dude, you don't have Jim Carrey's riz, okay? The man has been making people laugh and being crazy in way more movies than you'll ever be. Elordi's trying way too hard. I didn't even know he was in Euphoria. These effects, man, they still hold up. This movie makes me happy, man. There's some dark moments, but it never gets. There's not tons of flashbacks, and it's not depressing. Like some period pieces just depress the piss out of me. They really do because they're just not fun. Like Diane Frank, that's a period piece, and it's depressing because you know what's going to happen at the end. If you read the book or you saw the play, which I Kansas, wink, wink, Wizard of Oz. This was a year before the movie came out. Look at that, those effects, man. I love this movie so much, man. Talk about a movie that's an underrated Disney gem. Look at that. Whee! This is the way. Yeah, it will be in May. The tickets for Mando and Grogu, my dad's gonna get it. I'm gonna go see it in May with him and my sister. It's such a great film, man, and for the time, especially. Yes, I would. I'm gonna pay to see a woman fly in June. Beef, fix it. Hmm. And they're gonna need a helmet. This is, yeah, because again, just like Mando or the Iron Man. Yep. Here's Jennifer Connelly's introduction. Those gorgeous legs. Oh my god. I saw this when I was 6. Oh, don't worry, Josh. I'm not gonna whack it, okay? Because she's already with Vision. Wink, wink. Look at those beautiful red lips and those gorgeous. She is a cat, man. Oh, and I love brunettes. When I saw this, I was like, "Who is that?" Because I didn't see Labyrinth or Once Upon a Time in America yet. Hmm. Mm. Lord, her voice is just like milk, man. And all you Gen Z kids, she was the voice of Karen in Spider-Man: Homecoming, and I'm like, oh man, I miss your voice. She was she was also in Hulk, but yeah, she's a zombie in that movie. You see her in this, and you're like, where was this performance in the Hulk? I wish she was like, oh my prince. She's like, she becomes a damsel in distress, but she also has her moments where she's capable. Yeah, this is when movies were cheaper. Yeah, and I will take Bill. Oh no, no, don't show that, please. That's yes, they have stock footage of Adolf Hitler in the movie. I'm not going to show that, or my channel will get nuked. If you do any Nazi propaganda, your channel will get destroyed, guys. Remember that, Josh, when you're doing a live stream. Don't ever show any footage. This is when Hitler was still alive. Mm. Also, this is when they showed the news in the theater before the movie. A cartoon, a newsreel, everything. A Zeppelin. Like I was saying before, I will take a Bill Campbell any day over Chris Pratt. Yeah, why? Because he wasn't in everything. And Bill Campbell struggled to get work after this. He got a TV show, like I said, in the 2000s, but he should have been a much bigger star than Pratt. Pratt's in everything, and he doesn't need to it. Oh yeah, this is the time where people were using radios because there were no televisions until the 50s. People did more stuff. They were more social. Now, because of social media, everybody's on their phones more than talking to each other like people. People actually talk to each other in person, not behind a phone, laptop, or a tablet, not behind a smart TV or some kind of device. The pandemic made people less social and more robotic, and I'm not robotic. Look at me. I'm human flesh. There's Lothar. Good makeup. Where is it? The rocket. He kills this guy off screen. They can't show it because this would have gotten a PG-13 rating. See, you see, he's killing him. See, you hear that? He kills a wounded man. So you see the shadow. It's pretty violent for a PG movie. He twisted his neck, man. Yeah, again, if this was done today, it would have gotten a PG-13 because Disney movies now are just way too safe. They don't even show violence anymore unless it's PG-13. Because there was barely any violence in Inside Out 2 or Zootopia 2. It was mostly slapstick. It's not like, Joy gets knocked her teeth out or, or bleeds or something. No, because Disney's too much of a wimp. Catch up. Oh, look, this is Patsy. Yeah. She's cute. She's a cute young girl in this movie. She's not in the movie much, but I wish she was in more of it. Hmm. And you better not roast this movie, Double Toasted, because this movie is a classic. This is underrated. Do a retro review. Don't crap on this movie. There's nothing to crap on. These performances are good. There's some problematic scenes, but again, that's not because of it's the period piece, guys. Women were not superheroes back then. Yeah, Jenny's not a superhero. I could hear that woman speak about anything, man. And she won an Oscar. So, mm, they're like, win the Nationals. You don't lie to a woman. They see he opened his mouth and got him in trouble. I don't lie to women. I tell them exactly what happened. Why? Because I'm not a liar. I'm not an idiot. If Annika does a role like this, I will lose my mind. She's just so talented and so beautiful. Connolly went to a Comic Con a few years ago. I just missed her by that much. Yeah, there's a lot of old actors that they reference in this movie. Yeah, she took a bus. There were no Ubers back then in 1938 or lifts or city buses, like the electric city buses. This got a 10 rating on this website. 1635. Yeah. Hmm. 6 years. Yeah, yeah, but you got to move on. Yeah, because this is Alan Arkin before he got bald and decided he won an Oscar. Him and Connolly won an Oscar in the same decade, not the same year, but the same decade. He won for Little Miss Sunshine, and she won for Beautiful Minds. He stood all night making that helmet, and it looks awesome. There it is. And there's a movie within a movie in this film. This music is good. It's like a Three Musketeers kind of movie. I thought you were a sporting man. Yeah, he's like the Lone Ranger or Zorro or something like that. Why wait? It's very theatrical. Yeah, this part makes me laugh for some reason because when they say Charlie's been stabbed, I'm like, how did that happen? I should have used "Oh my prince." With that you kissing my lips is deep. Yeah, that sounds phoned in. Yes, this is when. Yeah, she's not a great actress. Yeah, she's no Elsa. I'll tell you that. Yep. Take 28. 28. Again, back then, doing a film was hard. Now you just use a computer and it does all half the work for you. So James Cameron is no filmmaker anymore. All he does is make a CGI demo reel. That's why Avatar didn't make as much money as other films. There's movies that made way more money, and then he breaks the set. Ugh. So the director's happy, but then the set almost falls on him. Ah! Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. Property damage is not supposed to happen in a movie. Cliff, you klutz. He's okay, yeah, because yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. I know that's dark, but again, how did this happen? He almost killed them. He almost killed one of the actors, and we didn't see it. Yeah, poor Charlie. You don't see him for the rest of the movie. That poor, yeah. Jenny didn't do anything. It wasn't her fault. I know Timothy Dalton. I know She has gorgeous dark hair. See, he's telling him the whole story, and the villain is hearing everything. You ever heard that the walls have ears? Yeah. Hmm. Poor girl. They spend a lot of time separated in this movie. They really do, because she's mostly with Neville Sinclair until like near the end of the film. But I do like the third act. The third act is a lot of fun. Man, he really is the best villain in the movie. Because there's also some Nazis in later in the film because he's with the Nazis, of course. That's the twist of the movie, even though I saw it coming. Because Joe Johnston's very patriotic. And it was his fault too, not Cliff's. That's gorgeous hair, man. She is a scar she has she's a raven haired beauty. Look at that face. You emotional, beautiful creature, you. Oh, Paul Bettany gets to go to that every night. Lucky him. It's not your fault. You didn't do anything. She's absolutely beautiful, man. And such a talent. Her voice is soothing, man. Neville? Yes, Josh, that's the name of a character from Harry Potter, Neville. The one with the busted teeth, yeah. He did fine. He was at least a likable character. Draco, I couldn't stand him. I don't even like that actor personally. Tom Felton, he seems like a D bag. I don't know. Every part he plays, I just don't like him. Remember, he was in The Flash, and I'm like, they had to punch him so that they could shut him up. 5 cents for a program. She's cute because Patsy is in the movie. I just wish she was in it more. I guess because she was a kid, she wasn't going to be on set too long. There's no subtitles in this movie, thankfully. They do speak some German later in the film because again, they're Nazis. And this is when Disney showed Nazis and didn't have to shy away from it like they do now. Dame. There's another beautiful woman that comes later in the film after Cliff and Peabody are running for their lives. Because it's not a coincidence that 20 years after this movie, Joe Johnston did another patriotic movie, Captain America, the first Captain America movie with Chris Evans. I'm sorry that people hated Sam Wilson. I'm like, I didn't hate him, guys. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is underrated. I still enjoy it. People were just not ready for a black Captain America replacing Chris Evans. That's why people didn't go see it. Malcolm, yeah. At least he doesn't die. Yeah, I know. He gets hurt too. The the what you call it? The steering, the gear shift. He gets hit in the head with it. Here comes the Rocketeer, baby. Yeah, these scenes are still so exhilarating, man. I'm sorry that the people didn't want replacement Avengers. That's what that's why people didn't go see it because it was more of a an Incredible Hulk movie than a Captain America movie. No, it's not. He almost gets killed, and it's all part of the show. Yeah. See, he's scared. I love. I get scared again. It's like Superman. That the last year's movie, not the '78 film. Also, the buttons are kind of like Ant Man. When he shrinks or gets big, he has the same thing. Yeah, the gum. A little luck. I love this movie so much, man. There's the full costume. 40 minutes into the movie. I love this movie so much, man. Boom. 41 minutes into the movie, he finally gets the helmet and flies. But again, that's still way sooner than Wakanda Forever, where we have to wait 2 hours for the girl to get her costume on. That's way too long, guys. I don't want to wait 2 hours for anything. In 2 hours, the movie better be over. Whee! Yep, he's a flying man. And this is before Superman came out, before the TV show and the cartoons. The, the comic was around at the time in the 30s, the original comics. And I love comic books. I'm going to Comic Con in 2 months. Poor, poor Malcolm. He saved this man's life. I'm glad. He's a real hero. Hmm. Good stunts, too. Oh, part of the show. Watch this. Oh, that's so cool. I've always loved characters that can fly. I love Superman. I love Shazam. I love the Rocketeer. I love Mando. I love Supergirl. I love characters that can fly. I do. Whether they fly with a cape or whether they fly with a rocket pack. Flying is exhilarating, guys. I love flying in an airplane, but my dad doesn't get it. That poor plane, it blows up. A real explosion. I miss those. No, it's not. They saved them. I love this movie so much. I love this movie. Thanks, Joe Johnston. No, Rocket Man's another Disney movie that they would make, but this is so underrated, man. It should have been a huge hit. This is his Superman moment. Remember, he looks to the window. Hey, people. God, this score is unbelievable. Should have gotten an Oscar nomination for the score alone. It's so cool, man. Oh, the score is so fun, man. I love this movie. Fly, sir, fly. I believe I can fly. ILM did a really good job with this movie, man. Because it doesn't feel processed; it feels real. People. Plus, Cliff is a character that makes mistakes. He's not Superman. He makes mistakes, and even when he makes a mistake, he learns from it. He doesn't keep messing up the same time. Love this movie so much. Hey, John, hey Salvatore, what's up? Sky High is a good movie. I haven't done a podcast for it yet, but I'll do it eventually. Yes, sir. Reason why filmmakers today were so afraid of doing practical effects most of the time is because they're using too much CG is automatically mean high art. High art, my bum. When there's too much CG, it looks like a video game. It doesn't look like a film anymore. This movie doesn't feel processed. It feels like an actual film for that time and for. Yes, you did. I like this thing. Watch. Whee! That is awesome, man. You know how fast that thing must go? Like at least 100 miles per hour. It was fast enough to outrun a car. That's so cool. That's awesome. And he knocks the guy's popcorn. Watch. That's funny. I love how Toro Servino shows his authority. Missile Man. Yes, sir. I love that movie. I love this movie so much. Yeah, the girls are impressed. Who is the Rocketeer? Of course, Neville's upset. He's like, that should have been him. He wants the attention. I gotta own this movie one day because it's just a classic, man. I used to have this on VHS when I was a kid, but I got rid of it because it was the full screen version. The one on Disney Plus is widescreen. Another dead body. Bigelow was killed off screen because, again, this is a PG movie when that meant something. Sky High was your introduction to Kurt Russell? Well, not for me. I heard his voice in The Fox and the Hound. That's where I first heard Kurt Russell. Terrace. Even the way he said that is scary, man. This is when you had to find information in a book. There was no internet in 1938, guys. Yeah, Cliff just made it home. He's lucky he did, or yeah, get out of here. Nope, you're not Thor. And they trashed this house so much. Look, he gets him from behind. Watch, look. Yeah, and Cliff gets his head through the wall like a cartoon character. Watch. Oh man! Remember X Men: The Last Stand? Yeah, that was the scene that they threw a guy. They went through the roof. Yeah, the rocket. Yeah, they destroy this poor place. Whoa! Yep, Again, there's so many guns in this movie. Again, this would not be made today without a PG-13 rating. Because even The Mask, they made it PG-13. It wasn't for kids. And I saw that movie as a kid. I was 9. That poor house, man. Baby! We're almost an hour into the movie, and all of this has happened. Yeah, see, he took the blueprint. Yep, people can't go through the door anymore. They have to break it. And I love the music of the scene. Dun, 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 dun. What a transition, right? They're getting shot at, and they're playing jazz music. Here comes the beautiful Melora Harding. Oh my God, another gorgeous woman. Here she comes out of a shell, out of a clam shell, and oh my God. When I first saw her, I'm like, who is that? Oh my God. And look at her dress. Mwah! Costume designers deserve an Oscar for how beautiful it is. That's supposed to be Clark Gable, but it's a look-alike. Here's Melora Harding. Mm. She is so gorgeous. She still looks gorgeous. Look at that face. White women are just, oh my God, they're just the bee's knees. See, this is why I'm a heterosexual, guys. Because there's nothing does it for more for me than the female bull form, man. There's nothing better in all the world. Here's W.C. Fields. Ah, yes. I never. Yeah, this is W.C. Fields. He was an old comedian from back in the day. It's a look-alike because he was dead for years. Yep, doubly charmed. Again. Wait, was that Clint Howard? Yeah. He was in a cameo here. Oh, my little potato. Yeah. Kumquat, he says. It's impressions because again, these actors were dead for decades when this came out. Because it was 1938, so they'd have to get actors that were around at that time. But Laura Harding has 2 songs in the movie, but they get interrupted. Don't let me, Eddie. Just do your job. I miss Paul Sorvino so much, man. A cheap crook or the number three star in the Becca. Yeah, I know. Yeah, right now the big box office star is Chris Pratt. But to be fair, that Mario movie was not successful because of him. It was successful because people loved this character so much. Let's clear the air. So people love this movie. They love that preach. It didn't talk down to the first movie. It did exactly what it needed to do: make money and make people happy, and it did that. I'm sorry that we're so easy to please us Nintendo fans. Yeah, because Disney doesn't please me the way that Mario did. The last good movie they made was Zootopia 2. There, I said it. That King Kong gentleman. Yeah, they have to hide in the diner in the attic. You know how embarrassing that is? They can't even go to their own home because it was shot up. Have you ever seen Batista's latest action movie, Afterburn? No, I haven't seen one of his films since Guardians 3. Not that I don't care about him. I do. It's actually I saw My Spy, the sequel to My Spy was the last thing I saw him in. He did a movie on net on Prime with Jason Momoa. I haven't seen it yet because it's long. I'll see it before I see him, Jason Momoa's Lobo in Supergirl. I'll probably see it in May since he is Asian. So um, actually, Momoa's Hawaiian, which is South of the Pacific Islanders, so it's perfect for next month. Yeah, this is when you have to use a phone with a wire. Yeah, now use a cell phone. I don't want to see the Rocketeer with a cell phone. Yeah, this lady, the Southern lady, she was in the Hannah Montana movie, and so was ironically Melora Harding. She was what you call it, Billy Ray Cyrus's love interest in the movie. This is like the scene in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like, where's the rabbit? Yeah, of course that's a better movie than this because that's a classic. You know that's untouchable. That movie is a classic for all time. And you saw my podcast for it a few years ago. They destroy this poor place, man. Why does everything that they touch get destroyed? This and the South Seas Club, everything gets destroyed. It's not funny to destroy things. 45 cents for ice cream. Wow. 45 cents. Because I'm going to Comic Con in 2 months. So, Brooklyn Comic Con. Weasel, wink, wink. See, this scene could have gotten really dark, but they don't. He was going to put his head in the freaking grill. I mean, yeah, this isn't The Watchmen, guys. That's way more violent than this movie. Either any cut of that movie is extremely violent. I'm talking about the Zack Snyder movie, not the animated ones that came out a few years ago. Yeah, don't do that, people. Don't ever put your phone number on a wall because then not only will people call you, you'll get stalkers like I do. Every day I get a wrong number. Cliff Seek. She's cute. You just spilled the beans to the villains, to the henchmen. Yeah, you told her exactly where she's gonna be. Yeah, don't do that, guys. Remember Iron Man 3 when it's like, I'm Tony Stark and I'm not afraid of you, and it's like, you want to find me? Here's my address so you can blow me up. Yeah, I would never do that. Limey, that's racist. Yes, Josh, there's no black people in this movie. It was 1938. Yeah, that was a different time. Now in 2026, black people and everything. So don't feel too bad. Stupid phone. Go away. That's not me. It was a wrong number. That's a cool picture, yeah. I miss Alan Arkin so much. He's eating a donut and didn't pay for it. Just like the scene in Star Wars. It's Mr. Ketchup Bottle. Again, you're an idiot. You turned your back on your opponent. Don't do that. Yep, she is a dish. Yep, that's right, Cliff. Let him have it. Got a great right hand. Yep, yep, he's gonna fly again. Yes. Take a cab. We're an hour in. We know. Yeah, this should have made his career. At least people know that he did this. Yeah, the gum becomes a Deus ex machina, if you will. Go on. Oh, I love this movie so much. Whee! This is called the Rocketeer because there's a huge chunk of the movie he's not in it. Like after Jenny gets captured, you don't see him in the costume until the end of the film. But again, it works because there's anticipation. Absolutely. Yes, here's to Jennifer Connelly. Absolutely, sir. I'll drink to that. It's like Elsa. You put her in a dress, and I am happy, guys. You don't have to have a deep plot with her, because Elsa's the deepest Disney character I've ever seen, female Disney character, and you don't have to make her gay to be interesting. She's already interesting, Disney. Don't you dare. Man's Chinese Theater. That was around. That's a really good set, man. Again, this isn't CGI. This really is there. They built that set. She is so beautiful, man. I know I keep saying that, guys. I get it. I get. Yeah, nobody heard that, by the way. He flew and nobody heard that. It's like those classic 1930s films. This movie is a lot like Dick Tracy meets Who Framed Roger Rabbit, except it's not. There's no cartoons in this movie like Roger Rabbit. I know. Paul Bettany took one look at her and he was like, I gotta have that. I don't blame him. Timothy Dalton, you lucky man. You got to answer one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. If I didn't see Cameron Diaz, Amanda Peet, Scarlett Johansson, or Natalie Portman, she'd be one of my favorite actresses of all time. Because she's just stunning, guys. If I meet her at Comic Con this year, I will say that. I'm like, you're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, my eyes don't deceive me. Yeah. That's why I was so sad seeing her in Hulk. That Ang Lee stole all of her personality and her smile and just made her so boring. Again, that was his fault and the writers. They turned they turned one of the most desirable women into a zombie. Even in movies like uh, Requiem for a Dream, she's beautiful and they have to make her a druggie. I'm like, I don't want to see that, guys. That's her suffering. I'd rather see a beautiful mind because at least she has expression in that. And won an Oscar. Music is banging, man. Hmm. Bam, bam, bam. She is stunning, man. Absolutely stunning. Cliff should be jealous. Here comes Laura Harding's other song that's kind of interrupted because they didn't have the budget to have a full musical number. It's not a musical. Mm. The dopamines are kicking right in. They're kicking in. It's absolutely stunning, man. See, I told you that women are felines. They have cat-like eyes and reflexes and just their demeanor. Ugh. I know she's a human being, Josh. You don't have to tell me, but when a woman acts cat-like, yeah, what do you think is going to do? That's going to do things to me. Competition? You mean your rival? Like Smallville. And there he is. I like her gloves. It's like very Elsa. Meet me by the big fish. He's not a waiter. It's a tomato soup. Yep. He spilled soup on it. He knows that's Cliff. It's funny, man. It's just he's playing with the fly. Bill Campbell, you're a gem, man. You really are an underrated gem. He's a good actor. I don't know why they didn't give him a chance. He did one of the Jungle Book sequels. You idiot! Yeah, he's. Mm. If Elsa wears something like that in Frozen 3, I'm gonna lose my mind. She did wear a white dress in Frozen 2, but I want to see her with white gloves. Just cat eyes, man. Yeah. Cliff, I'm right there with you. If I never saw another woman at Comic Con, I would lose my mind because I need to see women. And there it goes. Yeah. See, he sees the note. It's like this was a plan. Again, there was no texting back then. That's why a sequel wouldn't work because it wouldn't be a period piece. It would be like a modern take, and it wouldn't work. I don't need to see a digitized version of the Rocketeer. I don't need it. I would have rather just they give it a reboot and do it well. Or a TV show would work, like they did with Mando. Also, the dance club thing is from The Mask, yeah. Except that was not a period piece. It wasn't because they list it's a movie of the '90s. It takes place in the '90s. Whee! He knocks people over again because he's not perfect. No, not the waiters. That poor guy was just holding a tray of vegetables. And he gets knocked down. And I'll say this: I like this better than some of the Marvel movies in the past 5 years. This is way better than Eternals and Black Widow, easily, and any of the movies from last year. Did that say 2019? Yeah, that was the year Endgame came out and ruled the freaking world. Doomsday is not going to do that. You know why I'm going to say that? Because even if Doomsday is good, it's not going to make $2 billion, guys. Because you have Dune and you got Jumanji. Yeah, time to fly. I didn't see CinemaCon. These effects, man, still hold up. It's a flying man. See, people are happy to see him. At least he doesn't get innocent people killed like in Man of Steel, where a bunch of people die because that Superman is not a caring individual like the one in 2025. That's why you were replaced, Cavill, because David Cornsweet got the assignment. He's not opie and emo like you were. She should have left, but she had to know what was going on. I love this movie so much, man. It's iconic for a reason. It's very American. No, not the snail. That poor ice sculpture. Look at that. Whee! Jenny should have went to the cab, like Cliff said. Then she gets captured, like Rosalina. Yeah, they have Tommy guns, just like in the Mask. There was a Tommy gun in that. Yep, this is her hero moment. She knocks out Lothar with a seahorse statue. Get the rocket. This is a cool scene. Batman had just come out in 1989, so he has to do a Batman. Go through the window this way, not down. Batman. That is so cool. Whee! Every superhero wants to go through a glass window. Him and Spawn, and of course Batman. Whee! And then she gets captured. Yep. Oh, and again, guys, this was a movie from its time. If they did kidnap Rosalina, but they didn't, give her chloroform. And no, this is not a 50 Shades of Grey either, Josh. It's like, oh, there's 50 Shades of Grey. No, he just kidnaps her and puts her on a bed, not tied up or anything or gagged. No, because again, this is a PG movie. We would never do this in a PG movie today. There's nothing sexual in kids' movies anymore or PG movies. Because again, kids should know about that until they're older, at least teenagers or adults. Mhm. This is a movie you could show kids, but with adult supervision. Because nowadays, kids' movies are way too safe. Hoppers has nothing in it. There's not even a love interest in that movie. And Toy Story 5 is not going to have that either, or Moana. Yeah, fake Moana, if you ask me. You're fake. Yeah, see, he has a secret room that only Nazi spies would know about. Yeah, a big breakout star is actually a gasp. He's a Nazi. Again, this is around the same time. This was 10 years after Raiders of the Lost Ark. So they took that part of the movie and they made it. Except the Nazis not in the whole film; they're in the second half of the film. Just Neville's the main thing. They don't even the foreshadowing was in the when they go to the theater and they showed the stock footage of Adolf Hitler smelling salts. Yep. Yeah. Don't use that on a woman. You're not Bill Cosby. Okay, that's the only joke I'm going to make. No, I'm not going to do that. I, I would never drug a woman. And again, talk about something you can't do in a PG movie today. I'd rather have a woman when they're conscious and with consent. Yeah, I'm that kind of a guy. I'm not. I'm not going to jump somebody. Josh thinks I'm going to jump Caitlin Deaver if I see her at Comic Con. No, I'm not going to do that because I'm like I don't want to get arrested. You know how she makes me feel. Those beautiful eyes. Oh, oh, man, he's touching it. He's touching her neck. She likes that accent. That's why she married a Brit years after this, because she didn't meet Paul Bettany until like the 2000s. Good for her. I mean, I'm happy for her. She's a gorgeous woman that she can still act, and also she's done some good work after this. I had to see her in something else after this. I'm an old fashioned entertainer. I know, Josh. I know. I have the problem of hiding. I don't hide anything. Not kiss a girl. I'm saying you can't chloroform a girl now, or a guy, because that's assault. Yeah, here's the scene. He's biting her ear. Again, I get it. I get it. What are you doing? It's like in Wonder Woman. Yeah, there's a kissing scene in that. That's also a period piece. 2017 movie, but it worked. But the ending was too digital for me. We know. Again, Wonder Woman, good movie, but it needed a better finale. Like the fight at the end with Ares, it comes out of nowhere and is a video game fight scene. It's not like this movie where it's done practically. It's not a bunch of CGI. You haven't watched it in years. I'm gonna watch it. Movies are gonna end up on Paramount Plus. Oh my god. Maybe my sound is broken. No, it's not. Hello? Your end, Josh, because people, can you hear me? You guys can hear me, right? Because I can't do this whole podcast without sound. I'll play this back. It's probably just your it's probably a glitch on your end. It's probably on your end, Josh. Maybe your phone is busted. It's not me because look, you can see me, and it's my volume's high, so it's not that. I'll just check this later. Maybe it's just a glitch. I've been having problems with my DVR lately. I record stuff and then the sound, when it starts glitching. I'm doing this all the way to the end. October 5th. Oh, this is in the fall. 16 days before Halloween. Wait a minute. Try that. Yeah. There were no cell phones back then. Go ahead. I don't have a glitch. No, it's got to be the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's. Yeah, these are the Nazis are speaking in German. She sees the swastika. Yeah, something that you also can't show in a movie today because people are. It's racist against Jews. Yep, he's a goose stepping Nazi. A what? Spy, saboteur, a fascist. Yeah, again, she gets captured again. Again, I get it. You can see the shadow. That's a good shot. Again, this happens to Vicky Vale as well in Batman. You're going in and out. I'm like, whatever, Josh. I'm like, I'm still doing this podcast. It's not my fault that it's hot now. It's like warm today. It's my Wi-Fi. Something has to be done about it. Oh yeah, this is when you see Patsy. This is her last scene before the end of the movie. He's not there. Watch. She's so cute. Yeah, it's a girl. You see her long hair, and she's a good actress. I wish she was still around. We know we're about 82 minutes, 81 minutes in. Let's see. She's just there. She just is concerned, and I get it. She looks like Kieran Culkin. If Kieran Culkin was a girl, I am the Rocketeer. Yeah, I do. And he's not a villain. The FBI is not the villains in this movie because that's Patsy's last scene until the end credits when she pretends to be the Rocketeer. Gum, some coins. Is that a Swiss Army knife? Why would he have a Swiss Army knife? They had those in the 30s. Yeah, he's not the villain in this movie. He's the hero, the all American boy. I wish I could have used a computer, but I couldn't. I had to stream this movie. Yeah, this is part of a bigger plot. Here we go. Another Nazi propaganda film. I'm not showing you guys a thing. Ooh, yeah, this is stock footage, even though it's because it's black and white. Yeah, that man was a tyrant. I'm not showing this. Cut. I know. I heard about World War II. Ooh, yeah. This is one of the scariest images. There's the swastika. Ugh. Oh man, this is a hard cartoon to watch. This is why Gal will never do a movie with something like this in it because it's racist. It's a symbol of hate. See, they burned the American flag. Never. Old Glory's gonna wave forever. This is the most disturbing scene in the movie. I can't read that, but I don't care. And they put that right in your face. That horrible German swastika. Yeah, I'm not showing that, guys. I want my YouTube channel to get nuked. I once showed that, and my video got flagged. Let me just shut this off because that's probably what's causing the interference. I'll just shut off my fan. That's a little better because that's probably what's causing the outside interference. Josh. This because I'm using a fan. I'm gonna just change it into an AC later. Can you hear me now? Yeah, Valentine's. I know. A Nazi in Hollywood. Yeah, I've never heard that before. It's not a kid. He's a man. Yeah, he hits the bad guy and doesn't get arrested. I guess because they dropped the charges. Look at that fly. Whee! That is a cool scene watching that prototype plane fly. See, that's the only curse word in the movie, mainly because again, PG in the '90s. It was a different time. Now you probably can hear me, Josh. It's just that I had to put a fan on because it was too hot. I mean, it's not burning today, but it's still warm. It's not freezing anymore. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning. You know how tired I was at 4 o'clock in the morning? I was sleeping. Last time I was awake at 4 o'clock in the morning was like in the winter. He does make a cool superhero landing. I love the music in this movie. James Horner's music can't be replaced, man. Him and Jerry Goldsmith, their music is missed greatly. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. See, it's the music you know things are gonna get go down. Did I mention that I miss Disney movies like this, Josh? Because Disney movies nowadays are just too processed. You don't have to make everything look like a CGI cartoon. You could make things work. Hmm, I wasn't talking to you. Like a boss. Why would the Nazis want to fly? They already got things that fly. They got a Zeppelin at the end of this movie. Good thing Captain America did the podcast with when I had the digital copy. Now I don't. So, that face is so intense. Yeah, it's the Ant-Man buttons. Ooh, Deutschmarks. You get it? Hmm. Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein was the name of the doctor. I love this scene. This is very patriotic. Yes, it does. Yes, sir. Yeah. See, and he makes a turn, and you buy it because Paul Sorvino said, "I'm 100% American, Italian American." Yeah, he laughs. He's got Timothy Dalton has a one of the best laughs, man. It's menacing without him twirling his mustache like a lot of villains do nowadays, where they're too over the top. There's the Nazis. It's your move, Eddie. I miss Paul Sorvino so much, man. That line was so bad ace, man. A Zeppelin, aka a blimp, or a dirigible, whatever you want to call it. It's a giant blimp. A good effect, too. Even Cliff was like, whoa, that's huge. And of course, it has a swastika on it because they have to shoehorn that in. Schnell. Yeah, I don't like that language. And this is when the FBI shows up like the cavalry. Happy Valentine's Day. Here it comes. Yep. Yep. Batman? No. Again, spotlights. Yes, sir. Yep. Whee! He's flying without the helmet. Yeah, kill those Nazis. It's like that robot that kills Nazis in Creature Commandos. Again, they were bad people. Yep, they get what they deserve, man. Those evil people. That's what Kathleen Kennedy was, a feminazi. Because she didn't care about Star Wars. She wanted to use it, exploit it for money. Well, you failed. And now that you're gone, Mando and Grogu can make its money on its own. Whether it succeeds or fails will be on Disney's hands, not yours. Yeah, is it a coincidence that this guy looks just like the character that was in Raiders of the Lost Ark that was looking for the the Lost Ark, the guy with the glasses and the black hat? Yeah, it's just like him. I like when he puts his helmet on. It's a perfect moment. Yep, he has to fly to that blimp. Gotta put your helmet on, just like Mando. This is the way. I love that moment. Watch. Yes, sir. I love that helmet so much. Mando and Grogu, yeah, they can have it. Still hesitant. I'm not hesitant at all. I'm going with my dad. America, baby. Yes. Hell yeah. Standing right in front of the American flag. Because this is an American made movie. It's not directed by a Brit. Again, he's not a kid. He's a man. This movie's so entertaining, man. Yes, there's some things that don't hold up. Like I said, if you're Jewish and you see this movie, the swastikas are going to offend you. Just be warned. Stuck. He's stuck. Yeah. The steering wheel is stuck. Mm. There's no subtitles. I don't like that language because they spoke that in Raiders of the Lost Ark and Last Crusade and the last Indiana Jones movie I don't want to talk about. You dropped my gun. Cliff had that gun for nothing because he didn't even get to use it. A wrench. A giant wrench. Yep, you lost a hat. Low blow didn't work this time. Yeah, he hit some. Good thing he was wearing that helmet, or it would have given him a concussion. Whee! Spear. I know tonight is WrestleMania. People say racist things. No, it's not racist. Not what they say, Josh. It's the swastika that's racist in this movie because that was racist towards Jews more than black people and Asians and all that. Because they also had Asian Buddhist swastikas as well. Yeah, he shoot. Mm, yeah, he's like, that's it. That you crossed the line. Yeah, he kicks. He kills one of his own men. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I like Zazie Beetz, Josh. I know she was born in Germany, but she's black. She won't stick out like a sore thumb like these idiots that were. She doesn't hate Jews. She's not racist. I mean, she was in Deadpool too. He's busted open, and it was from Lothar. He hit him with that wrench. I mean, if he didn't wear that, he got busted open. See, this is when Disney can show blood, and it was not censored. Like nowadays, there's no blood in PG movies anymore. There was no blood in Mario. Love the movie, but there's no blood in it. There was no blood in Inside Out 2. They mention blood in Turning Red, but no. I mainly see Zazie Beetz as a black woman because that afro and that dark skin, numb. Yeah, watch her. She has her hero moment. Kick. She killed a Nazi. Good for her. No, but the villain beats the hell out of him. It's like in Spider-Man when no, not Doc Ock, the Green Goblin beats the crap out of Peter. You guys have to make up your minds with PG. Yeah, no, it's got to be for kids, but they don't show blood anymore. You missed a good fight scene, a flare gun. Man, there's a vicious fight. Look at that face. You missed, Jenny. It shot backwards. It ricocheted back, and when now that thing is gonna blow up. It was acting, and I love it. His laugh is so good. No man, you never change, Timothy Dalton. Never change, man. That laugh of yours, gold. Yeah, and he's still an actor. I love that he's still successful. I don't think so. Yeah, you're not laughing now. Yep, he blows up. He bursts into flames just like the Nazis did in Raiders of the Lost Ark. That they blow up. Hollywood land? No, it's just Hollywood. And it was burning last year. Could look at all the movies that flopped last year and all the movies that underperformed. How romantic. There's some romance. It is cute. Of course, Mario gets a kiss on the cheek, but maybe the next movie will get the lip contact. We're getting another one. It's almost at $1 billion. I can't wait to see it make that and show these studios how to do it. This guy also has a cool laugh. It's like, uh oh. He's like, those flames look real, by the way. You shouldn't have wore that bungee cord. Yeah, Howard and Peabody saved their lives. Just a feel good movie. It really is. The Nazis lose like they always do. Do better with a little bit of story in Mario 3. Oh, we're gonna get more, Dash. Whee! Oh, this movie's fun, man. Yep, it ends in a nice light moment of her picking oranges. I think it's springtime because this was some time had passed. And they do have good chemistry, Bill Campbell and Jennifer Connelly. Wish they did another movie together. No, he worked a Cell War in a TV show. It was a good TV show. I just never saw the whole thing. I'm probably gonna stream it because I really want to see Bill Campbell again. Such a good actor. I don't know why Hollywood didn't give him the Chris Evans treatment because he got really well paid for the Fantastic Four movies, and then when he got Captain America, it blew him up. Man, he soared to the skies. And I do like in Deadpool and Wolverine, they acknowledged Johnny Storm because he's Johnny Storm. Chris Evans will always be the best Johnny Storm, not that idiot from Stranger Things or poor Michael B. Jordan, who won an Oscar. I give him credit for that, but he was not a good Johnny Storm. Mm, so good, man. I love this movie so much. I love that score so much. Thank you, James Horner. Your music was always it always even in Avatar, it wasn't the worst thing ever. It wasn't his best score, but at least he left us with a lot of good scores that I'll always remember. Yeah, the one and only. This That was nice of Mr. Hughes to give him a plane after saving all. He saved his life. Yeah, pilot Cliff Secord. That was nice. See, that smile says it all, guys. You don't have to give a monologue. Just show your expression. Expression is not your enemy. Mario had a lot of expression. That's why it's making money because people love that it connected with audiences. Not because of it's some deep plot. No, because it can. The expression of the characters is what made it. Yep, exactly. That smile, just you can't beat it. A smile can make all the difference, guys. Josh needs to smile more because you're alive. Some people didn't make it through this year. The blueprint. Yes, sir. Too much. No, it can't be too much. 44 minutes. And there's Patsy in her last scene. It's a good feel good movie. And that was The Rocketeer, guys. One of the best 90s films. One of my favorite underrated comic book movies of the 90s. Bulldog Cafe, yeah. Eddie Jones, yeah, that's the other guy that passed away. But it's a movie that still holds up. If you've never seen it, it's on Disney Plus. Please watch it. Give Disney attention for movies that deserve it, not these remakes that nobody wants. So thanks for watching, guys. No podcast tomorrow. I'm going to take a few days off because I got to do certain things. But thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you guys in a few days. Yeah.